Imagine a war so deadly, it killed more people than many of the world's most famous conflicts. A war that left entire cities empty, fields abandoned, and millions of bodies scattered across a collapsing empire. Yet somehow, most people today have never even heard of it. This was the Taiping Rebellion, a civil war in China that lasted from 1850 to 1864. Killing an estimated 20 to 30 million people. To understand how it began, we need to meet a man who believed he had a divine mission from heaven. His name was Hong Xiuquan. He was born in a small village and dreamed of becoming a government official under the powerful Qing dynasty. But there was one problem. The imperial exams were brutally difficult, and Hong failed them. Again and again and again. After one of his failures, Hong collapsed into a feverish illness. During that illness, he claimed to have visions from heaven. In those visions, he said he met a divine father and an older brother. Years later, after reading Christian pamphlets, Hong came to a shocking conclusion. He believed the man in his vision was Jesus Christ. And that meant something extraordinary. Hong Xiuquan believed he was the younger brother of Jesus. With his new belief, Hong began preaching. He claimed heaven had chosen him to destroy corruption and rebuild the world. Thousands began to listen. Farmers, laborers, the poor. Soon, his movement grew into a massive religious army. They called their new nation the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. Their goal? To overthrow the ruling Qing dynasty and create a heavenly society on earth. And surprisingly, millions joined. But this rebellion wasn't just about war. Hong's kingdom introduced radical ideas far ahead of its time. Men and women were declared equal. Private property was abolished. Opium, alcohol, gambling, and prostitution were banned. Land was meant to be shared by everyone. For many desperate peasants, it sounded like a new world of justice. But the empire would not fall quietly. Soon, the rebellion turned into one of the bloodiest civil wars in human history. Entire armies clashed across southern China. Cities were captured, then destroyed. One of the most dramatic moments came when Taiping forces captured the great city of Nanjing, turning it into their capital. But the Qing dynasty would not surrender. With help from foreign-trained armies, they launched a brutal counterattack. What followed was years of relentless warfare. Villages burned, famine spread, and millions died. By the early 1860s, the Taiping movement began to collapse. Internal conflicts weakened their leadership. Food shortages spread through their territories. Then, in 1864, imperial forces surrounded their capital. The city fell. Hong Xiuquan died shortly before the final assault, and the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom disappeared forever. But the destruction it left behind was staggering. Historians estimate 20 to 30 million people died, making it one of the deadliest conflicts in history. Today, most people know about the World War I and the World War II, but very few have heard of the Taiping Rebellion, a war that killed tens of millions. A rebellion led by a man who believed he was the brother of Jesus, and a conflict that nearly destroyed one of the world's greatest empires. History is full of famous wars, but sometimes the deadliest stories are the ones almost forgotten.